Welcome to episode 39 of the Hellbound Podcast. The microphone's back. Yep. I'm Michael Chan, actor, co-host, and really like frazzled and overworked and overtired dad. Who are you, my co-host?
I'm Alex Blackburn. I don't know what I was going to say. I'm the founder of the Hellbound Horror Festival. And yeah, that's just launched by the time this episode comes out. So Hellbound 2, Return of the Festival. So yeah, that's what I'm doing at the moment. That's what's going to take over my life for the next 3 months, yeah. So the next 3 months I have no time. That's what's going to happen.
Well, I won't say why, but I also have very little time the next 3 months, which is why we're recording on a very odd day. Even though this comes out on a Wednesday, we obviously don't record the day of. We're recording at a different time. We're recording in the past. You're listening from the future. Yeah. Meanwhile, my doppelgangers are like, what are you doing? What you haven't been on the show, Prime Michael Chan, for a while. You come back, disappear for a week, and then you come back, and this is what you got. They don't want to kill me anymore just because I'm like so tired. It's no fun for them.
Well, you've got a whole multiverse of different Chans now, and we can't say too much about where they're all from. But you know,
if some of these Michael Chans would like to come and help with the chores, that would be appreciated. I need one of you Michael Chan doppelgangers to come and clean up the mess my daughter made in the kitchen floor. That would be greatly appreciated.
That's what you just need. You need a few like that Michael Keaton films where he has the clones. That's what you need, isn't it?
Yeah, except mine will be as soon as they show up. I'm gonna chain them up a little and maybe put a shock collar on them. Because they're trying to kill me, so I'm gonna make sure they're just here to do chores.
How do I know that you're not one of the chore Michael Chans? Then you're not you're chained up in your own basement or his basement.
The way you know that I am the Prime Michael Chan is because the Prime Michael Chan's willing to admit that he's frazzled. All the other Michael Chans, no matter how weird, will never admit that they're tired or they will never admit weakness.
Moving swiftly on, we're going to talk about Stranger Things 4 or Stranger Things Season 4.
Yes, which is why I have a new product to show off. This is a Stranger Things pencil holder that I got off of Amazon. It's made of cardboard, and you basically pop out pieces, and once you put it all together, it's an arcade machine.
That's awesome.
And like there's a little screen on here and it says Hawkins as if the video game on the machine is called Hawkins. It's super cool. And and the top is open so you can put all your like pencils and rulers and all that in it. So I plan to use this in our kitchen because so far we've just had a bunch of really basically mugs we don't use and we just put random stuff in it. But our daughter has fallen in love with mugs and has broken quite a few of them. So we're like, okay, you know what? Let's just have a real pencil holder. And this one's made of cardboard, so she can throw it all she wants.
Now, do you have a favorite? Do you and Jess have a favorite mug?
I have one I use regularly and one that I barely use because it's my favorite. I have a Spider-Man mug that my parents got me from Niagara Falls when I was a kid. That's my favorite mug, period. And then I have like a Cthulhu mug that I love to use.
Is that like a tiki mug thing?
Kinda, yeah.
That has all shapes coming off it and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, this is this is a new one for me. This is the mug that Kevin Costner uses in Yellowstone. So
okay, that's really cool.
I bought one from the same company, and I don't think it's British, but it's stocked in the UK. They're all handmade. So it's half pottery, half kind of glazed pottery, and it's awesome. So I'm just going to get rid of a load of other mugs now. But yeah, so if you see me posting eBay links, that's what I'm going to be posting on there. But anyway, back to
Stranger Things 4, Netflix's attempt to save themselves and their stock.
yeah, down 1 million subscribers now. That was as of yesterday. What do you make of it? What was your kind of takeaway from the show?
I loved season 4. I absolutely loved it. It's nice to see the progression of the characters. It was very exciting beginning to end. I like all the horror influences in this particular season.
Massive, yeah.
Lots of horror elements that from the 80s that they're doing, and I love that. There's just a couple of things I think I would mention that are not as good though. I found that I don't like this whole they're unwilling to take risks in terms of certain people to kill, but they seem to like to introduce characters to kill. I won't say who, just in case some people haven't actually watched. But it's like I said, they don't want to take risks because they keep losing subscribers, so they're probably worried that if they kill anybody that people like, that just gonna cause problems. But they'll definitely keep. But it's not just introducing people to kill; they keep introducing more and more people. At some point, I mean, I think next season's the final season, right?
That's right, yeah.
Thank goodness, because if they keep going, by not episode, by season 10, they're going to have like 200 characters they're unwilling to kill. And this is where the things also get complicated, because the more characters you add, the more like branches you need in your story. And there's one particular branch with Hopper and Joy that just, yeah, it's extraneous. You remove one that section, it doesn't make a difference. Like, you can just completely remove it, pretend that didn't happen, and the story will still be fine.
I think I know we're alluding to a certain point or a certain character. I'm not gonna spoil it either, because it is a fantastic season, and I thought initially at a certain point, wow, it's brave to do it, and then based on logic and what you're expressing and how Netflix's stock and subscriber base has dipped, likable long-term characters that they've that people absolutely kind of loving every episode, and them not stepping out of their comfort zone. At one point you think it's going to happen, and then they go, oh, okay. You can see where the decision was made, either by the Duffer Brothers or by executives at Netflix. And it'd be interesting to know. We'll never know whether the pressure was put on them to make sure certain things or certain people don't die. So yeah, I'm disappointed in terms of, I think it would have been held a lot more weight if that certain thing had happened. And everyone knows the moment and the person that we're alluding to if you've seen the show. And yeah, like you say, they're just bringing in for cannon fodder.
Basically, next season, I expect any new characters to just go. Any and every. Although, I'm worried. Since the kids are now so old looking, and I believe some of them are adults now, if not all, they're going to need a time jump, or else it's going to be weird. But I'm kind of worried they're going to do the whole Red Wedding Game of Thrones reference here.
There's a character I think that they've revealed, I think, in a very tactful, adult way that's basically coming out as gay, the character. And the way that I think that we've handled that, they've dealt with that really smartly. It's not like agenda driven, it's just very cleverly kind of worked into the show.
The build-up was, I was like, are they going there? Are they going there? Are they really going there? And then boom. I was like, and it was so emotional. I was tearing up.
Well, it's the there's almost like a John Hughes quality to that in terms of the reveal and the connection with the characters, especially in the van, and what you're seeing, and you're going, oh, the realization as an audience where that's going. I think that character, and I think unless you watch the show, it's not spoiled, but I think that character will meet their demise in the final season, because that character's got such a connection with a large part of the show throughout all the seasons.
Then you're going to fall into the trope of killing off gay characters, torturing gay characters, and then killing them, emotionally torturing, not physically. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff where a gay character will suffer very much, and then they just end up dying. And this is like quite a problem in this industry with writing. Like, why do you guys always have to torture and kill off the gay character? Like, what is with you people?
I really like. Obviously, I don't want to go to spoilers. At some point, we will. At some point in a future thing, we will. But one of the characters is a complete asshole in this entire season. He's only in this season. The way that person meets their demise is amazing. It's so dark. It's so dark. This season across the board is dark. With the way, there are characters that die in this show, but the way they die and the way they're brought into the kind of the dream world, it feels very Freddy Krueger this season.
I'm curious to know if that was supposed to be a statement on current American values and how children are being raised in America.
Oh my god, yeah.
Especially with the guns.
But it's really difficult to speak about this without spoilers, but the character that meets his demise, they're all very good characters. We know the one we're talking about at the end. The way that can't be resolved is really fascinating to me. I quite like it, the fact it can't be resolved, because that's brave in itself, that you can't make that person a hero apart from a group of people that like that individual. Like, at a wider kind of town or country scale, they think that person's evil, horrible, and they've done horrible, despicable things. But just the friends know know that person's a good guy, a hero. So I'm really fascinated in the way they've gone, certain directions. But I think they could have been a little bit braver and let one other character meet their demise.
I'm trying to decide whether we're talking about the same character right now.
Okay, we'll bleep the name. We'll say the names, but the way.
No, it's fine.
But either way,
I don't even remember the character's name. That's the problem.
The way you can't rescue Eddie's name in Hawkins. Like everyone.
Yeah, I'm not talking about him.
Yeah, everyone thinks that he's an evildoer, but the.
So that's the thing, right? Like the other bully.
Yeah. The jock. The jock. Yeah.
Right. All I'm going to say is like that story arc shows you how. I'm wondering, even though it's set in the past, if it's a statement on because right now a lot of things that are happening. I always say, like, the stuff happening in our world, especially in the States, all those feelings, all the insanity has always been there, but people just kept it in check because society said this stuff is bad. And one would have hoped that over time, with exposure and the world getting bigger and everyone being more connected, that those feelings will go away. Instead, our world is in a state where all of those types of horrible things are now out in the open. And so you have bigotry, you have massive gun violence, you have all of these things happening, and just so much hate. And I just thought it was interesting to see parallels in that character and his group and the town, really, in the way that they reacted to certain things.
Yeah, it was a lynch mob, wasn't it?
And some of the dialogue and the choices they make, including pulling out guns.
Yeah, it couldn't be a clearer case of being a lynch mob. That's exactly what it was. I was just so impressed. There were so many great references, and the kind of the upside down, or whatever I'm going to say the Vecna character was doing. It felt very Freddy Krueger, drawing them into that world, and
Oh, I'm pretty sure that's what they were drawing on.
Yeah, like the actor Jamie Campbell Bower, he was given sides from Hellraiser and I think it was A Nightmare on Elm Street to kind of look at, and just
if the tentacles and vines are chains,
yeah,
and his face is all burned up, I guess you can combine Pinhead
absolutely.
And Freddy.
There's that ooh drop. There's a kind of bass drop that's in each episode when the clock appears. That's a direct lift from Hellraiser. It's in the Hellraiser film, and the main evil character's house in the past. It's got these roses like in the leaded windows, which are the windows from the Hellraiser house. So it's as soon as I saw some of these details, and I just kind of like I felt fully enveloped by this season. I think it's the best season. I couldn't believe how dark it was. Yeah, like the death above the water in the lake. I thought it was just so dark.
That scene, I was like, oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's interesting to see the show how as the characters grow,
yeah,
and obviously, since they're teenagers, emotions and hormones and all that is very confusing, but the world gets darker and more complicated
absolutely.
as they grow and get more complicated. Yeah, like I did really enjoy this season overall, like I've been saying, and but yeah, I'm actually looking forward to the next season, although I'm curious to know how they're going to resolve what happened at the end, like if you know what I mean, to the town, because that's difficult if they time jump, right?
Yeah, time jump into the 90s.
And if they don't,
well, yeah.
oh my god.
Yeah.
And if they don't time jump, it's complicated. I can't tell people. I can't tell. I don't want to spoil the ending, but yes, it's going to be complicated to see where they're going with this. But I am excited, nonetheless, to see where it's going, and then finally have it end, because I don't want this turning into Supernatural, where
Yeah.
you have the same story arc, just with different characters over and over and over again, right? And it just gets
Well, it's
weird.
not 13 seasons.
All right. Anyways, I think, yeah, I honestly think this is a good place, even though it's a little bit of a shorter episode, but this is a good place for us to end today, yeah?
Absolutely.
So, everyone, it's great to be back again, even though I've only taken a week off, but it's nice to be back again, and if you like what you're listening to and are okay with listening to an extremely tired daddy talk for like 20 minutes to 30 minutes with one very sexy British man, yeah, give us a follow or a subscription on your preferred podcast app. We are on social media. Our Instagram handle is at the Hellbound Podcast. If you want to have your cosplays or art or makeup or horror whatever featured on our social media, just again go to at the Hellbound Podcast and send us a private message and we shall chat. All right, I'm off. I'm hungry, so harness the darkness.
Harness the darkness.